Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. We are finally going to be planting some corn today. The nurse tank sitting here on the wash rack had a leak underneath, which I fixed this morning, and then I had to go out, finish spreading fertilizer in that one field because Dad and Uncle Billy had something to do today regarding the 4440, and then I came back, hooked on the rock picker, went out, and I've been picking rots for an hour or two and got all the ones out that would probably break the disc if the disc hit it. So now we are ready to go out and plant. We are heading to the field. I'm full of fertilizer. Well, I'm not full of fertilizer. I got roughly 300 gallons of fertilizer on me. So I'm heading down to the field, and Dad's gonna come down to fit. And then I'm gonna take his truck and go home and eat lunch. And then I'll come back, and by that time, the headland's ready, and I can start planting. We are planting corn, and I'm trying to keep my eye on the row mark because I do not want to make a crooked row. So there's the corn planter. Doing good. What the monitor's saying. That field view. It's all about saying the same thing, which is good. That's what it's supposed to be. Dad is fitting right over there. And I've got almost 10 acres done right here already. I'm going 17 and a half acres an hour. I think you guys heard that, 17 and a half acres an hour. 0.05% skips, 0.11% doubles. Yeah, I got 99.7% stimulation going 4.8 miles an hour. And the front is pretty cloddy, so I do gotta drop it here. Population's anywhere from 32 to 33,000 per acre. Doing good. Right there you can see we have almost 28 acres done, and I just hit something. Hopefully it doesn't bring something up. And I need seed. I just went and checked. I am just about out in every single box. I'll show you guys. So there you can see we're almost out, and there's other boxes that are even lower. So I met up to the farm with Dad's truck to get some more 4440 AM Dairyland seed. There's the seed, there's the planter. I only had 8 bags left of the 4440 AM, so we're gonna split the 8 bags with this. That should let us go about another 20 acres, maybe more, with what's left in the boxes. So we got a good hour and a half left before I need to stop again for seed. So I'm just gonna run this, and we'll go from there once I get that taken care of. All the seed is loaded. I don't know if you could tell, but I was squirting some of this in it. This is graphite powder, and what it does is it goes down into those meters and it keeps the meters lubricated and working properly. Now, graphite isn't a popular thing to use anymore. A lot of people have moved to talcum powder, and the reason why we're still using it is just because Dad ordered a boat ton of it a couple years back, and we're still using all of it, so that's why we're still using it. Well, much troubleshooting later, we have figured out that the fertilizer wasn't coming out at full capacity out of these lines, and we figured out the problem was the check valves. The check valves are too much. We were told a 5-pound check valve was perfect for these, but apparently they're too much, so we had to go through and remove all of them. We just did a temporary fix of just sliding this line inside the other one, and some of them are leaking a bit, so we're gonna have to get clamps. So yeah, I'm gonna run up to the farm and get my chores done for my stuff. I got some animals to feed and I got a garden to water, and so I'm completely caught up with Dad. I don't have any more headlands to turn around on, so I'm gonna wait. He's only got a few more passes left and then the headlands, and then I can come back and work some more. So this is probably gonna be the last clip of the night because it's starting to get dark and cameras don't like the dark. 30 acres is what the acre counter says in the tractor. So that means we have about 35 left. I have about 20 acres of seed on me, and yeah, so we're gonna have to get 10, 15 acres more seed tomorrow. I'm only gonna make, by the time Dad's done, he's got 2 more passes plus the headlands. By the time he's done, I'm probably just gonna be doing the headlands over there, planting, and then maybe a pass or 2, and then I'm probably gonna be calling it quits here because it's getting dark and I don't want to break something because of a rock. But I'm thinking, because of the length of this video so far, I'm gonna just roll it into tomorrow because I can't do a lot of recording when I'm planting anyway, and I haven't done a lot of recording today. So see you guys tomorrow. Hello guys, how are you guys doing? You guys slept in the tractor all night, if you didn't know, sitting right there. So yep, it's, what time is it? 8:53. We're getting ready to take off here again. You can see this is what we've done so far on the map. Let me zoom this out. That's kind of the shape the field has been. We'll have another strip about the same width on the other side. Oh, you can't see it now because of the reflection. Alrighty, so everything's getting booted up here. Everything's initializing. I didn't end up doing any headlands out here last night. It ended up being dark by the time Dad got done. So we're going to start with some headlands. 2 in the front. Then we follow this line back, do 2 in the back, and then we go back and forth until the field's done. I am out of seed. I've done about 17, 18 acres. There's still probably enough in it for an acre or 2 down on the bottom of the boxes. But I've had to get out twice already and transfer corn over from row number 7. Must be one of the higher population rows because I've had to fill it back up twice already out of another box. So 1 and 12 seem to be a little bit slower planting boxes than the other ones, but they're working. Our average population is 33,000 seeds per acre. Got some planting up into 34,000, one row in particular. For a second, one will spike to 35,000. I don't know what the deal is with that. And then other ones are planting down at 31 to 32,000. So it all averages, and your average population is 33.2 thousand plants per acre. That's what we're putting in, 4018 AMXT. So, yep, this is a 101-day variety, like I said. The what's in it's like 103, so that's just the closest corn we have. The next one's 100, and the other one's a 97, I believe. So that's why we're putting this in. It's the closest to the other side, so we can harvest it all at the same time. We're all filled up, so it's time to get going again. We got our acre counter. It says 46 acres done so far. We're doing pretty good. So I'm gonna continue. Hopefully I can finish this field in, see, it's 65 acres, we got 20 acres. A little over an hour. Yep, hopefully we can finish it in a little over an hour. Shouldn't need any more seed. It'll be pretty slow with what's in the back, but hopefully I don't need any more seed. And we can finish this field. It's very rocky in the back, so I'm dropping a couple gears. I'm going 5 miles an hour normal, and then about 3 miles an hour going through rocky areas. So I've dropped a couple pins on field view where there's a couple groups that I've already planted on. His dad's working with the rock picker back there on the side that I'm not planted yet. So we can pull those up on field view a little later and get out and pick up those rocks. We are out of pop-up fertilizer. All of our tanks are just about empty, not enough to go much longer. I did some math on how much fertilizer we used. I couldn't tell from the cab how much was there. It just looked like a little bit, but I'm gonna estimate that to be like 8 or 9 gallons. So I'm gonna do the math again. I'm trying to figure out if my squeeze pumps are putting out what they're supposed to. The math I just did says they're putting out 8 gallons an acre, which we want 6. So I'm gonna talk to Dad after I redo that math and see if he wants to adjust them or not. And then normal problems. Every time I stop, I gotta go through and untangle these drag chains because they don't seem to like to stay on the ground. So once we get a different closing wheel system on this thing, we can do away with the drag chains. But well, the nurse tank doesn't seem to be leaking. That's good. I've just all of a sudden gotten hit with a huge wave of exhaustion. Yep, no leak. No leak. Yay. This old sprayer here was making a lot of rubbing sounds on the way here. I hope it's that, and I hope it's not my truck. Pretty sure it's not my truck. It wasn't making any sounds before this. Got the fertilizer loaded. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let it sit here for a minute and it'll gradually settle out. This tank's higher, it'll hopefully push into this tank, and same on that side. And then I'm going to close this valve right here, and that keeps the two sides separate, because what was happening while I was getting to the end of that fertilizer was there was a lot more fertilizer on this end of the planter than there was on that end, and I want it to distribute evenly across the planter. I didn't know you had to close that valve after you filled until after we were reading in the book earlier, so I'm going to close it now because I don't want that to happen again. So now what we have to do is I brought hose clamps for these fertilizer hoses right here, so we're going to go through and put those on real quick. There's 12 of them. Yeah, 12 of them. 12 rows, duh. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to do that real quick. I got the hose clamps on all along the back. I just closed the valve to these tanks because it's settled out as much as it's going to. Now I have to mess around with these sprockets here and down there and adjust the squeeze pump down one setting. Get it pumping slower, because right now we don't want 8 gallons going out. We can't afford 8 gallons an acre. So I need to get it down to 6. I got the fertilizer loaded, I got that valve closed, I got the hose clamps on, and I have the squeeze pumps adjusted. So the planter is officially ready to go. I do have extra seed in the back in case I need it. I highly doubt I will. And then I also have the seed for the next field because I'm going to be starting on a sandy area, and we have special seed for that lighter, drier ground. So we're going to be planting that. And now I can get back to it. I've got 5 acres left in this field, and then honestly, I can't plant anymore because we're out of ground that's ready to go. Dad is over there going down the lane with the fertilizer cart. He's going to spread a 60-acre field back behind here, and then we will be moving back there. There it is, the entire field done. 64.9 acres. And those little pins are either groups of rocks or a single rock that I have found that the rock picker didn't get. So those are what we'll be coming back for later on. So yeah, nice job. We gotta fold up the planter and then we'll be moving back down the lane. I'm probably gonna end up going to the farm first. Uncle Billy was heading out to disc. I don't know if he's discing right now or not. See a lot of dust flying. But that looks like the fertilizer cart. While I am back, I did some fitting, and then Uncle Billy took my place. He's over there playing around. You can't see because of the glare. And now I'm back planting. So I just unfolded. I'm waiting for the 2020 to boot up. I gotta get the iPad started up. That should sync pretty quick. And then I gotta get the field programmed in. So we're doing all new fields. So we gotta name it, set it, and everything, and then we'll be off to the races. I got about 15 acres, I think, of seed on me, maybe a little less. And then 15 acres, and then we'll be switching to the dry stuff, maybe. If Uncle Billy has it fit, we'll switch. If not, we'll throw the 8 bags in that I have of the same variety, and we will get to planting. Alright, I got my first set of headlands done. Just short from here, wrapping around, and then up to those group of trees there, but not a lot. I'm gonna dig, because I lost one of my spaces on my 3-point in the last field. It really ticked me off, and I can't find it. So I gotta dig, make sure I'm still putting the seed at the right depth. Sadly, it was a medium-sized spacer, so it's like an inch. Hopefully it's still going in the same spot though, so I'm gonna check real quick. We're good! Yay, I don't have to change anything. I will though when I get up on the sand and have to change hybrids. I also have to change depth. I gotta ask Dad, I don't know if you go deeper or shallower on sand actually. I think you go shallower because our downforce and our depth right now would really punch it down in that sand. Alright, well, I'm out. Well, I'm not out. I'm 10 acres in. I'm gonna go check on the planter, make sure everything's working. After I put those hose clamps on, I want to make sure they're all staying on, all that. Look at this dust just lingering. That's all dust. That ain't fog. That's from Uncle Billy. He's right there. You can't even see him. That's crazy. And Dad's around there somewhere with the rock picker. I can't see him. Oh, he's way in the back, I think. Yeah. That's crazy. So I'm just going to check all of these. This is what I did right here. And I'm going to check my depth gauge wheels, my seed openers, my closing wheels. Just look for anything that looks out of the ordinary. Row 9 is out of seed. Not row 7. That's weird. Oh well. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see if I got one I can borrow from. I just gotta make it to the end of the field. Yeah, we can pull some out of there if we got to. One's a little on the low side. We can pull out of that one. That one's... Oh yeah, I can scrounge up enough seed to make it. We are now out of seed. I had to fill 7 up after 9, 12 up after 7, and then 9 again after 12. So we're to the end now. Can't borrow anymore. Plus, I ran out of headlands in the front anyway. See that? So I gotta wait for Uncle Billy to finish that, so I'm gonna go around and get the dry. Well, we'll see. I gotta talk to Dad and see if any of the sand has actually been fit yet. If it has, I'll load the dry. If not, I'll probably just I don't know. Well, instead of loading no more seed and continuing on planting, Uncle Billy decided to call it a night, and so I had to call it a night, and Dad called it a night on the rock picker as well. So we all rode up to the farm, and oh shoot. So we all rode up to the farm and got our trucks. Well, my truck was in the field, but brought Dad and Uncle Billy to their trucks, and now we're home. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.